Welcome to Her Next Move, real estate conversations about growth, business, and what comes next. On today's episode, we're doing a little real estate confession session. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. This episode, we're going to do a little bit of a real estate confession segment. I was thinking the other day about some things that I've done in my real estate career, and I'm just going to go ahead and admit them because if you've been in this business long enough, you probably have stories too. And if you're newer, you might be living some of these things right now. I even took some notes here so that I could make sure I didn't miss anything because there's a few. Today, it's our confession session, if you will. And if you're watching or listening, you might recognize yourself in some of these stories. So, confession number one, I used to say yes to absolutely every single thing. And honestly, it's not even a mistake to do that, especially when you're a new agent, because saying yes is what literally built my career. And saying yes is what pushes you forward. But when I say everything, I really mean everything. I said yes to walking people's dogs and said yes to all the showings and said yes to all the open houses. And I did all the uptime, which is the desk time that we used to do back in the day. And if it was a listing appointment that was an hour away, I said yes to that too. So I said yes to clients who were not really ready to look. They weren't ready to buy, but they just wanted to look. So I said yes to them too. Which of course, that means that now you're seeing each other um, every Saturday for the next 4 months. And at some point, you start to know their dog name and their entire family's name and their coffee preference. But then you still don't have an offer. And some agents will know exactly what I'm talking about. So I definitely said yes to all the things. And confession number two. I originally had no CRM at all, and now I've tried more CRMs than I probably should admit. But every agent has had that moment when someone says, "Oh, this will change your business," or "Try this," or "This will make money while you sleep." And so you sign up, right? And you import all of your contacts and you color code everything, and you're really excited about it and you have tags and pipelines and you create these drip campaigns and so you're feeling incredibly organized, right? And then 3 weeks later you've forgotten the password, you never log in again, and then you've decided, oh, that doesn't work. So I am totally convinced that every agent has the CRM graveyard. And it's just systems that we got really excited about for a brief period of time and then probably didn't use. So, confession number three. I have driven ridiculous distances for someone who just wanted a quick showing, or someone who says, "Hey, can we just pop in and look at this one real quick?" And you look it up and you see how far away it is, but then you say yes because you're thinking, like, what if this is the one? And, this could be finally the sale that you need. And so you go there, you drive the distance and you show the house. And then they're not in there for 3 minutes and say, "Oh, I didn't realize how far this was from my job." And then you're standing there thinking, well, GPS knew how far away that was, Karen. So how come you didn't know? But you smile because you're a professional and you carry on. And confession number four. I have hosted open houses where no one came. Not one person, nobody, not a soul. You set everything up, the signs are out, the lights are on, the pillows are fluffed, and you've got refreshments waiting, and you're sitting there waiting, and every car that drives by the house, you think, "Oh, someone's here, someone's here." And you spend your time scrolling or reading a book or something. But nope, 2 hours later, you're packing everything back up and you're thinking, this isn't really going to be good for my seller, but at least the house looked nice. And I've done that too. And not in many moons has that happened in the last several years with the market we've been in, but certainly has been days and times when you had not one person come. So, um, confession number 5. I have gone to a listing appointment, and halfway through that appointment and meeting with the people, I knew that this was not my listing. You can feel the energy, you can read the room, and the seller might have said, well, the other agent said that we could list it for $100,000 more than what you're saying. And in that time, you're going to realize a couple of things. You're going to realize that the $100,000 more price is not happening for them. And that the second thing is they've probably already chosen that agent to work with. But you're going to finish your presentation anyway because you're a professional, and also because you'd be curious how that story is going to end when you see it on the market for 100,000 more than what it should be. So, number 6, this is a big one. Almost all of my career, I've answered my phone at all hours. Doesn't matter what it is. 9:30 at night, I'm answering. Sunday morning, I'm answering. Halfway through dinner, I'm answering. And I always did this. And half of the time, that call would start with something like, oh, I just have a quick question about Zillow, or, whatever it might be. And it more than likely was never actually about Zillow or whatever they called about, but 20 minutes later, you've now missed dinner or with your family, or you've missed your child score a goal on the soccer field. So eventually, and hopefully, you learn that the difference between being responsive and being available to the entire internet at any and all hours, might not be best use of time. So, but guilty of that for sure. Confession number 7, the buyers who say we just want to look at a few houses, and then 3 months later you realize that a few houses meant 47 showings, and then you are, familiar with every kitchen layout in 3 towns, and they still say, well, we just haven't found the right one. So we've all done that. Or if you haven't yet, you will. And number 8 is the showing committee. So when you think you're meeting 2 people to look at a house, and then the driveway is now a family reunion, there's the buyer, the spouse or partner, the parents, a sister, maybe a cousin, and somebody's always there that says, well, if that was me, or if this was me, or if I was buying this. And then you're realizing that the decision to purchase this house just got 6 times harder. And the funny thing is, I don't regret any of this. And all of those moments are part of learning in this business. And if you're new, you're building. And if you're mid-career, you're refining. And if you're seasoned, you're smiling right now because you've seen every version of this market, and every agent has a different path, but somehow we all end up with the same stories. There are days that we love it, and there's days that we want to quit, but that's real estate.
Thanks for listening to Her Next Move. Click subscribe to be notified when the latest episode is released. Also, check out juliejohnson.group for more resources and free downloads. And remember, your power, your potential, your next move.